Facebook Thursday night. Of course, it's Tom Carradine's Self-Isolation Sing-Along. Still here, week 16. Can you believe it? Who'd have thunk? What's that? Coming up for 4 months. No, is that 4 months? I can't do the maths. 4, 8, 12, 16. 4 months that I've been doing this. Hi, Lisa. Nice to see you. Steve Bruce is in. Lovely. Got something for Donna later on as well. So, hope you're all well and ready to sing along. Got your songbooks from Carradine's cockneysingalong.co.uk. 50 of you watching already. Brilliant. That's what it's all about. Tell your friends. Get them all in. Joining in. Now, a slightly new sound setup here as well this evening. New mic, which I'll talk to you a little bit about a little later on. But so just let me know in the comments if I'm coming in loud and clear for you. And of course, where you're listening from this evening, 100 odd people. Perfect, fantastic. You're all ready and raring to go. Now, where we go. Now, this is just where I sit here and wait for the time to tick over. There we go, my clock has ticked over to 8:30, which means it's time to start. Grab your songbooks from Carradine's cockneysingalong.co.uk on the first page. And for those of you regulars, you know how this goes. We're going to start with a little warm-up, as we always do, with a little bit of the Lambeth Walk. Here we go then, first page of your songbook. Lambeth you've never seen, the skies ain't blue, the grass ain't green, it hasn't got that Mayfair touch, but that don't matter very much. We play the Lambeth way, not like you, but a bit more gay. And when we have a lot of fun, oh boy, here we go then. Anytime you're Lambeth way, any evening, any day, you'll find us all. Let's see you then, doing the Lambeth Walk. Oi! Every little Lambeth gal, with a little Lambeth pal, you'll find us all. What do you find us? There we go. Everything free and easy, do as you know well pleasy. Why don't you make your way there? Go there, stay there. Once you get down Lambeth way, every evening, every day, you'll find us all. What do you find us? There we go, you've got the idea. Of course, swaying as usual for this one. Come, come, come and make eyes at me down at the old ball and push. Da 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 da. Come, come. Face mic's working. Down at the old ball and push. Hear the little German band. Da 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 da. Just let me hold your hand, dear. Do. Come and have a drink or two down at the old ball and push, push, push. Now this one goes out to Kelly Flynn. A birthday message from Sean. Happy birthday. She's a big West Ham fan and it's her birthday today. So we're going to sing this for all the West Ham fans. And of course for Kelly, whose birthday. Kelly Flynn, here we go. I'm forever blowing bubbles. Bubbles in the air, they fly so high, nearly reach the sky. Then like my dreams they fade and die. Fortune's always hiding, I've looked everywhere. I'm forever blowing bubbles, pretty bubbles in the air. Of course you know this one, don't you? Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer, do. I'm half crazy, all for the love of you. It won't be a stylish marriage, I can't afford a carriage, but you'll look sweet upon the seat of a bicycle made for two. Now for the regulars, you remember that we normally sing Daisy's response to that song. Now I was digging through my paperwork the other day and actually found some scribbled lyrics that an old lady had written down for me, and it's on a old till receipt and it's up on my wall over here, and I'm going to see if I can, without having my glasses on, see how it goes. Michael, Michael, this is your answer, dear. I can't cycle, it turns me over queer. If you can't afford the carriage forget the blooming marriage, 'cause I'll be blowed if I'll be towed on a bicycle made for two. There we go, a different version for you. How about this one then? Let's all go down the Strand. Let's all go down. Andrew's been practicing. I'll be leader, you can march behind. Come with me. See, let's have your bananas out. Let's all go down the Strand. Oh, what a... Someone should turn that mic off, really. That's the place for fun and noise, all amongst the girls and boys. So let's all go down the Strand. Last one, then. Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner, but I love London, so have a banana. Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner that I think of her wherever I go. I get a funny feeling inside of me, just walking up and down. Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner that I love London. We're going to sing that one more time. And this song, Maybe It's Because I'm a Londoner, goes out to Janice Standen, who's 60 on Friday. Janice, this is for you. And huge birthday wishes from Mary Lacey. Let's hear it one more time. Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner that I love London so. Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner that I think of her wherever I go. I get a funny feeling inside of me, just walking up and down. Here we go, big finish. Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner that I love London town. Hey, there we go. If you were on the drinking game, you can now drink, because I've said ha-ha and pointed to the camera. So I hope you're all doing well. My word, week 16 of Carradine's Self-Isolation Sing-Along. Who'd have thought I'd still be here? But hey, where we go. This Saturday, of course, lockdown eases slightly. I'm so looking forward to having a haircut. I can't tell you. Got it booked in for next week. Hope you're having your hair trimmed as well. I've got a couple of songs about hair trimming later on, so we'll get to that in a minute. But yes, I hope you're all doing well. Slightly new sound setup. Do you like the new mic? This is a lovely Corona mic. Can you believe it? The name of the mic is Corona, made by Suntronics. Fantastic company that Graham Savage put me in contact. Hi Graham in Midsummer Norton, thank you for putting me in contact with them. And it's brilliant. I hope you like it. Comment in the comments if you think the sound sounds any different, if it makes me sound any better or any worse, really. Who knows? Who knows? So hopefully it's coming loud and clear to you in your homes for you to sing along this evening. As always, I have my wonderful wife Faye on comments, and my son Andrew, who is currently drawing. What are we drawing? We're drawing pictures from Dogman and Cat Kid, the Dave Pilkey books. There we go. So we might have something to show later on as well. So Faye's feverishly writing down any comments and shout-outs at the moment.
I've got some. I have to say that I don't have a swanky new mic.
No, Faye has an old mic, I'm afraid.
I've still got my manky old one. Anyway, yes. So I've been making a few notes about where our viewers are, because we've not done location.
No, we haven't actually location. Where have we got?
And we have got people from the far corners of the UK, including Devon, Cornwall, Brighton, Coventry, Suffolk, Essex, Southend-on-Sea Riviera.
Hey!
We've got Kent, we've got Portsmouth, London, Yorkshire, Belfast, Isle of Man, and we've also got international, Tom.
Oh, international!
We're international. We've got Canada, Texas, we've got the States, Pennsylvania, Atlanta, San Antonio, and not to forget, Belgium.
Hey, Belgium!
Welcome, everybody.
My word, a truly international evening this evening. So welcome all of you wonderful regulars. How many we got? 230. I really need some glasses. I say this every week, don't I? Now Specsavers is open. I need to go back in. 234 people watching. Of course, if you want to share this evening and encourage other people, you can tag them in the comments now and get them to join into this very feed. Or click share beneath the video and click share, and that will share that to your timeline now. So encourage people along to join in. Of course, grab your songbooks from Carradine's cockneysingalong.co.uk. And if you're feeling generous as well, while you're there, my virtual tip jar is there, and you can pop a few coins in there as well. If you fancy supporting what I do and keeping this sing-along going, really, because, as I said, 16 weeks, you'd have thought I'd still be here. But for the foreseeable future. Now, the wonderful Fogg's Tavern is opening very, very soon. But unfortunately, due to the government regulations, there won't be any live music for as again, the foreseeable future. So, yes... hopefully I'll go and raise a glass in Mr. Fogg's, socially distanced, of course. But yes, won't be back there singing for a while yet. But watch this space. So lots of birthdays in this evening. As I said, Kelly Flynn's birthday today. Janice Standen, 60 on Friday. Hi, Janice. We've got a birthday shout out to Wendy Ann on Saturday, the 4th of July. This coming Saturday, Wendy Ann. Huge shout out to Jean Newland in Coventry. Hi, Jean. You've also got a bad leg. Oh, sorry to hear that. I hope you're on the mend. And that's Paul Newland who sends that birthday message in. Melody Schnetz's mum over in California. Sharon tuning in with Melody from California together. Happy birthday to you. Now, I think this one might be a silly one. Faye and I were talking about this earlier on. We've got a birthday shout out for 72nd birthday to Eileen Dover from her son Loophole. So, yes, whoever put that in the request form, it's not big and it's not clever. Well, it made me smile anyway. So, there we go. To Eileen Dover for a 72nd birthday from Loophole. We attract them all, don't we? A huge shout out, of course, to Donna Brewis. Is Donna out there? Hi, Stephen Donna out there. Your something birthday. It's a big 4-0, isn't it? On Sunday the 5th. And we've got a little bit of ABBA coming for you later on this evening as well. And of course, the most important one today was yesterday, actually. My niece, Matilda Beer. It was her 3rd birthday. So a huge shout out to Matilda and her mum and dad, Lucy and David. So now, request for Matilda. I was thinking possibly Baby Shark. Baby shark do 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 do, baby shark do 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 do, baby shark do 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 do, baby shark. But it's a bit too modern for me, so I'm afraid you're going to now have that earworm in your head for the rest of the evening, I'm afraid. But we're going to take a little trip down an animal medley. Turn to your songbooks for this. This is on page 3 of your songbooks. We start. You all like a bit of Flanders and Swan, don't you? We've had a few Flanders and Swan requests recently. So this one goes out to you Flanders and Swan fans. You'll know the chorus even if you don't know the verse. A bold hippopotamus was standing one day on the banks of the cool Shalimar. He gazed at the bottom as he peacefully lay by the light of the evening star. Away on a hilltop sat combing a hair his fair hippopotamine maid. The hippopotamus was no ignoramus and sang her this sweet serenade. Do you know the chorus? Mud, mud, glorious mud, nothing quite like it for cooling the blood. So follow me, follow, down to the hollow, and there let us wallow in glorious mud. So it's a bit low, that one, isn't it? Here we go about this one. How much is that doggy in the window? The one with the wag. Thank you, Andrew. How much is that doggy in the window? I do hope that dog is for sale. Now I must take a trip to California, see Melody, and leave my poor sweetheart alone. If she has a dog, she won't be lonesome, and the doggy will have a good home. All together then, how much is that doggy in the window? The one with the waggly tail. How much is that doggy in the window? I do hope that dog is for sale. But of course, Daddy wouldn't buy me a bow wow. Daddy wouldn't buy me a bow wow. But I've got a little cat and I'm very fond of that. But I'd rather have a bow wow wow. One more time. Daddy wouldn't buy me a bow wow. Daddy wouldn't buy me a bow wow. But I've got a little cat and I'm very fond of that. But I'd rather have a bow wow wow. Now, we had a very silly one and a naughty one last week, made famous by the band leader Harry Roy. Yes, about a little cat. Well, I'm not going to do that one this week, but I'm going to sing another silly song made famous by Harry Roy in the Second World War. It goes like this. Hey, little hen, when will you lay me an egg for my tea? Hey, little hen, when will you try to supply one for me? Get into your nest, do your little best. Get it off your chest, and I can do the rest. Hey, little hen, when will you lay me an egg for my tea? Here we go, a little bit of the Jungle Book for you now. This one goes out to Alison Price for her grandson George, who's also 3. This goes out to George. Here we go. Look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. I mean those bare necessities of Mother Nature's recipes to bring the bare necessities of life. Wherever I wander, wherever I roam, I couldn't be fonder of my big home. The bees are buzzing in the trees to make some honey just for me. Now if you look under the rocks and plants and take a glance at those fancy ants, then maybe try a few. You eat ants? The bare necessities of life will come to you. Let's hear you. They'll come to you. How about this one? I pack up all my cares and woe. Here I go, singing low. Bye, bye, blackbird. Where somebody waits for me, sugar sweet and so is she. Bye, bye, blackbird. No one here can love or understand you. Oh, what hard luck stories they all had me. Make my bed and light the light. I'll be home late tonight. Blackbird, bye-bye. Now, I always say about this one, it's not strictly an animal, more a mythological creature, but it's a great song. Let's hear it then. Here we go. Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Have a banana, little Jackie Paper, loved that rascal Puff, and brought him strings and sealing wax and other fancy stuff. Want to take you all back to your childhoods? If you go down to the woods today, you're sure of a big surprise. If you go down to the woods today, you'd better go in disguise. For every bear that ever there was gathered there for certain, because today's the day the teddy bears have their picnic. Oh, picnic time for teddy bears. The little teddy bears are having a lovely time today. Watch them catch them unawares and see them picnic on their holiday. See them gaily gad about. They love to play and shout, they never have any cares. At 6 o'clock their mummies and daddies will take them home to bed because they're tired, little teddy bears. Last one, a bit of Mary Poppins for you. Early one day to the steps of St. Paul's, the little old bird woman comes, coo, coo, in her own special way to the people she calls. Come, buy my bags full of crumbs. Come feed the little birds, show them you care, and you'll be glad if you do. Their young ones are hungry, their nests are so bad. There we go. A little bit of an animal medley for you, and of course a huge shout out. So happy 3rd birthday, not only to George there, Alison Price's grandson George, but also to my niece Matilda, who was 3 yesterday. So huge shout out to her. Over to Faith, some comments.
Yes. When you were doing that readout for the potentially not genuine happy birthday, we did have a shout out come in to Mr. G. Raff from London Zoo. Thank you so much, Mark. That quality comedy there.
Brilliant.
Some other shout outs. We've got lots of good feedback for the new mic setup.
Oh, great. I'm
nice,
glad.
clean sound, so that's good to hear, and it's pretty too. Adrian did say, you do sound like a music teacher at school when you say, turn to page 4 of your songbook.
Oh, it sounds like a vicar. It's like it's number 3 on the hymn sheet. Amen.
But so, quite possibly. A little amusing note from Helen Chambers, who was saying, linked to I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles.
Oh,
She
yes.
said her late father, who was a professional pianist, used to sing it I'm Forever Buying Doubles, which I rather like. I think maybe we should change that.
That could be the anthem of the lockdown, couldn't it? There we go.
So, yeah.
Well, actually, while we're on other shout-outs, where we go, we have to say some lovely gifts in the post, some unexpected gifts in the post this week. Had a lovely package from Pete and Joe Morgan in Sutton Coldfield. Thank you so much for the gifts that you sent. And the Appletons in Whitstable very kindly sent Faye and I a bottle of banana liqueur, which we are working on some cocktails, some Have a Banana cocktails. But also they sent a little Lego minifigure for Andrew, which was a little blind pack, and it's a snake charmer who's sitting up on the top. Go on, show it over. Oh. So, go on, Bean. There we go. A little snake. No, it's the other side. There we go. A little snake charmer with a snake, which is cute. There we go. And also Parker McIntosh from Vancouver in Canada had sent over some very old Lego minifigures, which he thought both I and Andrew would like. Vintage ones.
There was a lot of money.
I don't know about that.
They are priceless, Andrew. There's a little explorer there with a Canadian hat on, and a little an old like medieval character. There we go. So fantastic, brilliant. Well, there we go. So thank you so much for those gifts that you sent across. Now let me just rearrange what I'm doing here. Now some of you might remember a few weeks ago we had a shout out for Dominic Rennie and Ben Rennie in Gloucester. Or in Gloucestershire, and they wrote a version of I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles for I'm Forever Folding Nappies. But they've sent through another version. Not Bex. Is it Bex? No. Dominic Rennie and Bex. Yeah, because it's right said Bex. You leave Hokey-Cokey, Bean. I'm going to get one to sing along if that's all right. You could have had them over there.
I'll go take them over.
Okay, you take them over there. That's a good idea. There we go. Yes, Dominic and Bex from Gloucestershire. The Folding Nappy song. But of course, with the problem of this wonderful lockdown hair that we all have, Dominic has written a new version of Right Said Fred. So this is a world first here. A little version of Right Said Fred, which I'm sure a lot of you will identify with. Here we go. Right, said Bex, time you got the haircut, get some clippers, I'll give it a go. Try to thin it after just a minute, I was looking awful, and so we had a cup of tea. And right, said Bex, try and hold your ears in, keep dead still, and I'll have another go. Tried to chip it, only went and nipped it, almost took my ears off, and so we had a cup of tea. So we watched an online video to work out where we'd gone wrong. Turns out you can't put it back on, so it did no good. Well, I never thought it would. Alright, said Bex, let's try it with a razor, crop it short, it'll never show. Went to shave it, but she couldn't save it. Thought this would be easy, but no. So I said I'll just have to wear a hat, and Bex said righto. There we go. A little bit of how true is that? Now I haven't let Faye have a go at cutting my hair. I've got my appointment booked with the hairdresser this week, so hopefully by Thursday I will have a nice trimmed barnet. If you're getting your hair cut as well, now that the lockdown has eased. Oh, I can't wait. I'm boiling up. Now, talking about hats. I've got a song about a hat. This is a request from Sharon King. She said her granddad loved this song. It is from 1888. Where did you get that hat? Now for this one, I need to put a hat on. I've got this lovely brown derby, this brown bowler here, which might have appeared in a production of Warhorse. There we go, fascinating fact. So this is a little bit of where did you get that hat? We have got some sing-along lyrics for this in the songbooks. I'm going to sound like a vicar again. We are in our songbooks, and we're on page 6 of your songbook, so I've got my hat on. Now, I should have had another hat today, I have to say. This also goes out to Jane Walton in Reading, who's a wonderful milliner. She makes hats or a hatter for men's hats, isn't it, and a milliner for female hats. So, yes, Jane, she's made me a beautiful burgundy bowler hat, which I should have had today in the post, but it's coming tomorrow. So I'll show you it next week. But so this goes out to Jane and to Sharon as well. And it tells a little story. Now, how I came to get this hat is very strange and funny. Grandfather died and left me his property and money. And when the will it was read out, they told me straight and flat, if I would like his money, I must always wear his hat. So everywhere I go, people ask me, where did you get that hat? Where did you get that tile? Isn't it a nobby one and just the proper style? I should like to have one just the same as that. Wherever I go they shout, hello, where did you get that hat? One more time. Where did you get that hat? Where did you get that tile? Isn't it a nobby one and just the proper style? I should like to have one just the same as that. Wherever I go they shout, hello, where did you get that hat? Now, if I go to the opera house in the opera season, there's someone sure to shout at me without the slightest reason. If I go to a chowder club to have a jolly spree, there's someone in the party who is sure to shout at me. What are they going to shout? Where did you get that hat? Where did you get that tile? Isn't it a nobby one and just the proper style? Have a banana, I should like to have one just the same as that. Wherever I go they shout, hello, where did you get that hat? Now at 21 I thought I would my sweetheart to be married. The people in the neighbourhood had said too long we had tarried. So off to church we went right quick, determined to get wed. And I had not long been there when the parson to me said, what did he say? Oh, where did you get that hat? Where did you get that tile? Isn't it a nobby one and just the proper style? I should like to have one just the same as that. Wherever I go they shout, hello, where did you get that hat? So yes, I did get this hat, and as I said, it might have appeared in a production of Warhorse in a previous life. So yes. There we go. I hope you might have your hats on at home this evening, singing along with me. If you've got any funny hats, pop them on and pop a picture. Let's see pictures of you all singing along at home. Pop a silly hat on and share it, of course, with the hashtag Cockney Sing Along. And of course, you can share it on the Facebook page or tag me on Instagram at Tom Carradine or on Twitter at Tom Carradine or, to be truthful, anywhere else on the old social media. Because yes, I'm down with the kids. You can like me on Facebook, tweet me on Twitter, pin me on Pinterest, and add me on Instagram. And as I always say, I still haven't learned 16 weeks in how to use LinkedIn. I have no idea whether it's any use at all. So, yes. Any comments coming in, Faye?
Yes, we do. Talking earlier about where we have viewers watching from, we've got a few more. We've got Llangollen. I can't say it, in Wales.
Llangollen? I'm trying to oh, there we go. We dropped the connection for just one brief moment.
Oh.
So we should be all right now.
No, we're okay.
Llangollen. Oh, of course, because Lee Taylor in Llangollen does a wonderful sing along on a Sunday night. Sacred songs and music hall songs. A wonderfully curated little set on a Sunday late afternoon. Is it 6 o'clock? I think over on the Llangollen Anglican Church's Facebook page. If someone can pop a link, Lee, pop a link in the comments now for me, because he did a wonderful rendition a few weeks ago of doing the Llangollen walk. Anytime you'll lamber fray, any evening, any day, you'll find us all doing the Llangollen walk.
So now I feel a bit embarrassed, actually. I should have known how to say that because I was singing that
yes,
very song
they sang along
we
as well.
watched, so I do apologise. We've had shout-outs from Warwickshire, from Surrey, in Nottingham. Ruth Slack says, hi to Fred. Just thought I'd chuck that one in there.
Hi, Fred.
And again, in our international colleagues, we've got Colorado and Arizona in the States.
Hey.
We've had Normandy, the Netherlands, Bavaria, Austria, France. And we cannot let this pass to say Happy Canada Day for yesterday.
Of course.
To our Canadian friends. And of course, it's 4th of July.
It is 4th of July on Saturday, and Canada Day yesterday. Yes, huge shout out to all our wonderful Canadian friends. I've got a little Canadian dedication a little later on, so I'll mention that in a moment. But also a shout out to Alison Sanford Mackenzie's niece, Amelia Ellie, who apparently curated the Ode to Glastonbury Festival last weekend. Did you watch some of the Glastonbury reruns and stuff on TV? Wasn't that fantastic? And yeah, that hashtag, it's very Glasto. So huge shout out to Amelie for her work that she did last weekend. Now, lots of requests that came in through the website. Of course, if you want to request a song on Carradine Self-Isolation Sing-Along, do you can probably best to do it through my website. Go to carradinescockneysingalong.co.uk and click on the request button. You can fill in a little form there, and it will come through to me on my computer, and then I can curate the list for this evening or for next week. Quite a few requests I can't squeeze in this week, but don't worry, they are on my list for future weeks as well. Because of course it takes me time to learn songs. Well, in the way that I learn them, it takes time for me to put stuff together. But here's one that actually someone's been requested for a while, and a few people have requested. But this one goes out to Bob Beer in Coventry, Matilda's granddad. Bob has requested a little bit of a Harry Champion. This one was written by R.P. Weston, who normally would back in the 20s and 30s collaborated with a guy called Bert Lee. They were the kind of I think Peter John, a wonderful musical performer, always likens them to the Lennon and McCartney of latter music hall, because they wrote such a wealth of those comedy and variety songs from the music hall in the 20s and 30s. So Weston and Lee, but this one is interestingly not with Lee. This one is R.P. Weston and Wharton David, but it was made famous by Harry Champion. I'm a big fan of Harry Champion and the songs that he performed. And this one I've never done before, so it's a new one for me. But it's called The End of My Old Cigar. Some of you may well know it. It's an old musical classic. So you've got the lyrics for this, or you've got the lyrics for the chorus for this on page 6. No, it's not page 6 of your songbooks. Page 5 of your songbooks. We've got 2 choruses to do, which I'm sure you're going to join in with. So here we go. We just have to stop that. That intro sounds a bit like Popeye the Sailor Man, doesn't it? The finish when I eat my spinach, I Popeye the Sailor Man. Written quite a few years in advance of that. Now 20 Christmases ago, the landlord at the shop said, here's a Christmas box for you, a 9-penny cigar. I smoked it up till Easter, then my dear devoted wife said, why'd you throw the end away? Said I, not on your life, with the enemy old cigar. Hurrah, hurrah, hurrah. I stroll up Piccadilly and they fancy I'm the Shah. It isn't because I'm handsome or that I'm a la-di-da. I tickle the people's fancies with the enemy old cigar. The other Whitsun Sunday we all toddled to the zoo. I puffed away at my cigar and I choked the kangaroo. The monkey started coughing and the tiger had a sneeze. But when the elephant said, here, stop the smoking if you please, with the enemy old cigar, hurrah, 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 I tickled up the elephant that came from Zanzibar. Oh, what a funny tail he's got, said my wife's dear mama. That isn't the elephant's tail, that is the enemy old cigar. The enemy old cigar, a bit of Harry Champion. Going out to Bob Beer, who said I think his dad used to sing that in a pub in Newton Abbot a long time ago. So there we go, Bob. A little bit of Harry Champion for you. I think Faye is eager to chip in now.
I've been accumulating
comments.
Go on. So I've got a shout out from Sarah Thomas Lane to her mum Anne Lane. Now, she used to be in charge of the Scout gang shows in Worcester.
Hey!
And she is the reason that Sarah knows all the words to these random songs. And apparently Sarah's been nagging her to watch, and she is finally watching this evening. So, hello, Anne. Welcome.
Hi, Anne. Welcome. Well, I have to say, Scout gang shows is the reason why I know a lot of these songs too. There we go. That's where I cut my teeth on singing these as a kid in Coventry Scout gang show back in the 90s, really. So there we go. Huge shout out to all my Coventry Scout gang show mates. And all the other gang shows around the country that I know too. I had a great pleasure a few years ago. Oh, so Fumty years ago for conducting a run of the Royal Eltham Scout Gang Show when it was performing at the Greenwich Theatre, and had great fun doing that. So huge shout out to any Royal Eltham Gang Show chums as well. So yes,
got another theatre shout out.
Oh yes, go on.
To the friends at the Merriman Theatre. who should have been doing chess this
Oh,
weekend.
of course.
So, yeah, and I love that show.
Yeah.
So, yeah, big shout out to you. Oh, yeah.
No, we're not doing chess, I'm afraid.
Yes, let's. No, because I will start singing it.
That's
and,
another medley another week. There
and
we
you
go.
don't want to hear that.
Merriman Theatre, huge shout out to you. What a disappointment that you can't be performing chess, but hopefully it won't be long before you're back in the theatre performing.
And yeah, indeed, all theatres really. So when you were talking about your social media,
Yes.
and friending you on Facebook and whatever, we've had a suggestion of clocking you on TikTok, and there have been people asking, are you on TikTok?
Am I on TikTok?
No, watch it.
I've watched a few bits on TikTok. There's some very creative things on TikTok. I don't really think, unless anyone wants to prove to me how I can go viral on TikTok. I don't know. But yes, I think I'm maybe a bit too old for that. So there we go. Well, now another request we've had come in from Olivia Davis. Olivia Davis, this is for you. Your grandpa Laurie sang musical songs in the musical revival back in the 60s and 70s. So this is a request from her. She sent me quite a long list of wonderful musical songs and kind of songs from variety and comedy songs. And this was actually the first one on the list, the Winkles song. Now, some of you might know this, some of you might not. Don't worry, it's dead easy to pick up. I remember Chaz and Dave singing this. That's where I learned it from. But it's an old Cockney classic. So if you need to turn in your songbooks to page... here we go, page 6 in your songbooks. Top of page 6. Bit of Chaz and Dave goes like this. Last Sunday afternoon for tea, I fancied a luxury, so off I go to old Ma Winkles, bought myself a pinnacle of winkles. I took a moment to put them on a plate, as happy as can be, and my old man and our 7 kids and all the family were picking all the big ones out, picking all the big ones out. Have you ever seen a fish face covered in wrinkles? When I bought my pinnacle of winkles, all the big ones gone, they began to rave and shout, as my old woman and her 7 kids were picking all the big... One more time! Ow! Picking all the big ones out. Picking all the big ones out. Have you ever seen a fish face covered in wrinkles? When I bought my pinnacle of winkles, all the big ones gone, I began to rave and shout, as my old woman and her 7 kids were picking all the big ones out. Hey! They really don't write them like they used to, do they? Now this next one is a request from the Pettit family in Canterbury, Kent. We've got a little bit of coconuts. I've got a lovely bunch. I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. You know this one, don't you? There they are, standing in a row with the actions. Big ones, small ones, some as big as your head. You give them a twist, a flick of the wrist, that's what the showman said. I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. Every ball you throw will make me rich. There stands me wife, the idol of me life, singing roll a bowl, a ball, a penny a pitch. Singing roll a bowl, a penny a pitch. Singing roll a bowl, a penny a pitch. Roll a bowl, roll a bowl, singing roll a bowl, a penny a pitch. Penny a pitch. Hey, for the Pettit family in Canterbury, there we go, who are watching on YouTube. Of course, you can catch these live streams as uploaded to YouTube afterwards as well. So, got a lovely bunch of fans over on YouTube who are watching there as well. So, hello to anybody who's tuning in after the act. Now, another request in. This one, a lovely song which I remember hearing on an Ian Whitcomb album. Anyone remember Ian Whitcomb from the 1960s? Played the ukulele and did lots of kind of. It was in that kind of comedy song revival in the 1960s, I suppose. He released a few hits into the charts actually. One of my favourites of his is "Where Did Robinson Crusoe Go with Friday on Saturday Night?" I might have to do that for you next week. Where did Robinson Crusoe go with Friday on Saturday night? I'll do it for you next week. There we go. I'll have a look at it as well. But this one, it goes out to Pauline Munns and her husband Morris. They asked whether I would perform this one. They first came to hear of it through, I think it was Desert Island Discs, they said. And Colonel John Blashford Snell talked about the song in relation to his father on Desert Island Discs. And Pauline was inspired to suggest it for tonight because she'd seen my little I Got It From Agnes video with the wonderful Thomas Benjamin Wilde Esquire. Hopefully you've seen that. If you haven't, go across to the Carradine's Cockney Sing-Along page and have a look down. There's a wonderful video that I did. I collaborated with Thomas Benjamin Wilde last week with, and I get the accordion out as well in that, and we do Tom Learer's wonderful I Got It From Agnes. But Pauline was saying, because I've got a ukulele playing friend, then perhaps this one would be an apt one to do. This one is an Arthur Leclerc hit from the 1920s. It was also covered by Leslie Cerrone. Again, I'm a huge fan of Leslie Cerrone, and the regulars will realise that. And this is He Played His Ukulele As the Ship Went Down. If I can get all the words in, we'll give it a go. I'll tell you the tale of the Nancy Lee, the ship that got shipwrecked at sea. The bravest man was Captain Brown, for he played his ukulele as the ship went down. Yes, we have got some lyrics in the songbooks for this one. All the crew, they were in despair. Some rushed here and others rushed there, but the captain sat in the captain's chair, and he played his ukulele as the ship went down. Yes, grab those lyrics and sing along. The boatswain said to Stoker Jim, "You'll have to teach me how to swim." The stoker answered with a frown, "We can learn together as the ship goes down." The captain said to Fireman Mose, "Get straight into your fireman clothes, and while you stand and play with your hose, I shall play my ukulele as the ship goes down." Again, they really don't write like they used to, do they? Now the captain's wife was on the ship, and he was glad she'd made the trip. As she could swim, she might not drown, so he tied her to the anchor as the ship went down. The cook's gone mad and the boatswain's lame, the rudder has gone and the deck's aflame, and my G-string's flat, but all the same, I shall play my ukulele as the ship went down. Now that's the tale of the Nancy Lee, the ship that got shipwrecked at sea, and Captain Brown, who was in command, now plays the ukulele in the Mermaid Band. A little silly piece of nonsense there. He played his ukulele as the ship went down. Wonderful cheeky 1920s number. I think that probably needs to be an album for me. Those cheeky 1920s numbers. Ukulele. What's the other ones I did the other week? Maybe the One Pom song, a little comedy song album. I don't know. Maybe if I did that, I might learn the lyrics for them. So there we go. Of course, if you're liking what I'm doing this evening, then do share this. As I said, share below. We got, my word, 270, just nearly 280. That's fantastic. Up a little from last week. So thank you so much for inviting people along and spreading the word, because that's what it's about, spreading the word and sharing the sing-along love. And of course, if you enjoy what I do, so that I can keep this going, if you fancy throwing some coins my way in my virtual tip jar, which you can do on my website, carradinescockneysingalong.co.uk, you can click on the link and do it there. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much for those of you who've supported me over these 16 weeks. I'm just so grateful to everybody who's thrown, no matter how small, a donation into the tip jars, because it just means I can keep doing what I'm doing, and we keep the wolf from the door. So thank you so much for that. Now where are we going? Also, yes, if you like what I do, make sure you come and join Carradine's Cockney Sing-Alongers Facebook group, where after the show, Faye and I go live once Andrew's gone to bed. Well, tries to go to bed. And we'll be here for a little bit of a debrief and a bit of a chat. And of course, there we've talked about things like merchandise and yeah, just and we might play a few songs or sing or whatever. I don't know. What happens in a lockdown lock-in, who knows? So, but yes, for those of you who have pre-ordered the wonderful Carradine's Cockney Sing-Along tea towels, they are here. They arrived yesterday. Look at that. That's gorgeous. My wonderful designer Tony Bannister made me that design, and printed by a wonderful company called Octo Muffin. Weird name, I know, but based out in Pluckley, just down the road in Kent. So
coming soon is the new mug.
Yes, and a new mug coming soon. Watch this space. New mug. There we go. Carradine's Cockney Sing-Along with me cuppa. And then on the other side, a good old-fashioned cuppa. So yes, watch out. If you want to be the first to find out about these, then make sure you join the Carradine's Cockney Sing-Alongers group. If someone will be kind enough to post a link to that in the comments, if Marcus is sorting out my back end, he can probably do that as well. Carradine's Cockney Sing-Alongers, come along and I can tell you more about these. Those will be coming hopefully in a few weeks' time. Now, if you missed out on the tea towels, if you ordered the tea towels in the first batch, they went out in the post today. If you've ordered tea towels, if you missed out on the tea towels, don't worry. I've just put in this morning. I put in another order for 50. That's going to be the last of these ones of the limited edition.
It's going to be generic ones.
We're going to do some generic ones afterwards, I think. But this one is the I Carried On with Carradine's Cockney Sing-Along. There we go. So if that the limited edition ones for the... Well, not so limited anymore. But yeah, 200 is what I'm going for. So we've done another 50. Come and join the Carradine's Cockney Sing-Alongers group. You will be the first to know when those go on sale. I'm not going to put those on sale until they come into my hands, which will be the week of July the 13th. So watch this space if you missed out on the first ones. There we go. So, oh my word, what are we doing? Oh yes, shout out, we had on for Canada Day yesterday. Wonderful greetings to all of my Canadian friends who are watching and tuning in. Shout out also to Sheila Grant Duff. From Parker Macintosh and all of her friends at the Mill. And now, Sheila's a wonderful lady. This is a huge thank you for all her hard work in fundraising to save Hastings Sawmill Museum in Vancouver. It is Vancouver's oldest building. And she's done a sterling job. And she started a fundraiser in order to keep some funds going because... because it was looking unlikely that the museum would make it through the COVID closures. And she's raised over $35,000. So huge round of applause and thank you to Sheila Grant Duff for basically saving Hastings Sawmill Museum, the oldest surviving building in Vancouver. And that's a huge shout out from Parker Macintosh and all of her other friends at the Mill. So there we go, Sheila. Now, I don't have any Canadian songs for you, but I do. I thought we might have a little a song which apparently based on a Canadian folk song. This is based on a Canadian folk song. And apparently it was brought across to the UK by Canadian GIs in the Second World War and was turned into a popular song by Jimmy Kennedy. Well, apparently it was put together by Jimmy Kennedy. There's also a man called Al Tabor who also says that he wrote it in the 1940s. In the UK, Jimmy Kennedy owns the copyright to it. You're all going to know it. In the States... It was recorded in the late 40s, early 50s, and there were three other people who claimed to have written the song. If you haven't worked out what it is yet, I have mentioned it before. It is the Hokey-Cokey, or AKA the Hokey-Pokey in America. Different names all around the globe. But yeah, apparently it originates in a Canadian folk song. I don't know whether there's much truth to that. I really do. There is a documentary series in that, I think, or a YouTube documentary, or a little kind of investigation, because there are so many different conflicting arguments of who wrote it and when they wrote it. So yes. The Hokey-Cokey. Here we go. Are you ready to put your left arm in? You put your left arm in, your left arm out, in, out, shake it all about. You do the Hokey-Cokey and you turn around. But that's what it's all about. All together then. Oh, the Hokey-Cokey. Oh, the Hokey-Cokey. Oh, the... Grab someone else in your bubble. Knees bent, arms stretched, rah, rah, rah. You put your right arm in, your right arm out, and shake it all about. You do the Hokey-Cokey and you turn around. And that's what it's all about. All together then. Ah, the Hokey-Cokey. Ah, the Hokey-Cokey. Ah, the Hokey-Cokey. Knees bent, arms stretched, rah, rah, rah. A little bit of the Hokey. Who would have thought you'd be doing the Hokey-Cokey in your front room on Thursday night? You might not be in your front room. Are you in someone else's front room? Have you created a new bubble with people? Then do tell us. Or Martin and Linda, are you back in Cornwall, or are you on your boat? I don't know.
They're back.
They're back.
Watching.
Fantastic. There we go. So I mean, you could probably do the Hokey-Cokey on the boat, but I wouldn't want you to fall in. So be careful with that next time. Now it's coming up time for our usual what do they call it on Broadway? They call it the 11 o'clock number. My requests medley, the penultimate medley this evening. A little request medley. Lots of requests that came in this week. Susan O'Connor on Facebook. Hi Susan. You requested a little bit of "You Are My Sunshine." Now we all know this. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are grey. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. You told me once, dear, there'd be no other, and no one else could come between. But now you've left me to love another. You have broken all my dreams. All together then. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are grey. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Hey, there we go. Family, the Von Carradine family singers for you. This one goes out to Liz Allen. The bells are ringing for me and my gal. The birds are singing for me and my gal. Everybody's been knowing to a wedding they're going, and for weeks they've been sewing every Susie and Sal. They're congregating for me and my gal. The parson's waiting for me and my gal. And sometime I'm gonna build a little home for 2 or 3 or 4 or more in Loveland for me and my girl. Where are we going now? Oh, here we go. This one, another late Victorian song for you, which is a request for Wendy Ann, requested by Steve Fielding. It goes like this. After the ball is over, after the break of morn, after the dancers leaving, after the stars are gone, many a heart is aching if you can read them all. Many a hopes that have vanished after the ball. Now this one goes out to all my American chums watching over there in the States. Especially this was requested by Nancy Oostman. And if you don't know this one, don't worry. It just goes to the tune of the Go Compare advert. You know it. Here we go. Over there, send the word over there, that the Yanks are coming, the drums rum-timing everywhere. So prepare, say a prayer, send the words to beware. We'll be over, we're coming over, and we won't come back till it's over there. Last one of these. So I say thank you for the music. Let's get your arms in the air. The songs I'm singing, thanks for all the joy they're bringing. Who could live without it? I ask in all honesty. What would life be without a song or a dance? What are we? So I say thank you for the music, for giving it to me. Here we go, big finish. So I say thank you for the music, for giving it to me. Hey, there we go, Donna. Happy birthday for the weekend. Oh, my word. Let me get my fan out. Over to Faye for some comments.
Just got a couple of hellos actually. A shout out to us from the Copenhagen Tweed Ride.
Hey!
Saying hello. And it's wonderful news. Eric Cahill's in and he's saying hello from all our Louth friends.
Hey,
So,
hello,
hi,
Eric and Louth. So my word, Copenhagen and Louth as well. Yes, fingers crossed, Copenhagen Tweed Run in September. And hopefully performing over there as well. Fingers crossed that we'll be out of lockdown for them. So who knows? Fingers crossed. Equally, a shout out to Boulder, Colorado. If any of you tuned into my virtual 1940s ball performance the other week. Yes, hoping that I will be there in person next year in Colorado to perform at the 1940s ball. But yeah, of course, all depends on lockdown. So yes, who knows? Fingers crossed.
We did have one last thing I was going to just chuck in there. A message from Karen actually a little bit of time ago. But is the tash being trimmed when you have your hair cut, or is it staying?
I don't know. I might leave it for a bit.
And we've been asked if there's going to be another measure in.
We'll do a measure. If you want to know how long the tash is, come to the Carradine's lockdown lock-in afterwards on the Carradine's Cockney Sing-Alongers page. It's a private group, but if you ask to be asked to join, I will let you in. There we go. Knock on my door and I shall let you in. Not by the hair. No, yes, by the hair of my gin tin. What am I talking about? And I haven't even been drinking. I'm having a dry week this week. Can you believe it? So yeah, I'm getting through the sing-along on just sparkly water.
I'm not.
It's the only way. Andrew's on the gin as well. Yes, there we go. So we're coming towards the end of the sing-along this evening. Thank you so much for joining me, as always. Week 16. Hope you're all doing well in your own way, in your own little bubbles. And hopefully this is still bringing a bit of joy. And yes, if you want me to continue, I will be here. As I said, Mr. Fogg's Tavern, it's unlikely that I'll be going back to Mr. Fogg's Tavern. I can't imagine it's going to be this side of Christmas, really. But who knows? Who knows? Yes, I will still be here for the foreseeable. Keep those requests coming in. And yes, keep dropping some pennies into my tip jar if you fancy it. Carradine's CockneySingalong.co.uk. It's all there on the front page. So yes, thought I'd take you on for a little bit. We normally end with a knees up medley, but I thought I'd do a slightly fuller version of these this evening. And I wanted to introduce you to this wonderful book, The Cockney Ding Dong. It was written by Charles Keeping, I think in the 1970s. Beautiful illustrations. I was talking about this last week with I do a Zoom sing-along for a group of old folks in East London on a Friday. I've got a little Friday gig for them tomorrow afternoon as well. And yeah, started talking about this, and songs in here that things like, they're moving father's grave to build a sewer. And all the different versions. I mean, like, where did you get that hat? And the Costa's Linnet, and Sunshine of Your Smile. There were lots of wonderful Cockney songs in this one, but it does have all the full lyrics to Knees Up Mother Brown, which we do occasionally here on the sing along. So grab your songbooks. These are on the last page of your songbooks, I believe. A little bit of a Knees Up Mother Brown, and we'll do what is an American folk song. There's a tavern in the town. If you don't know it, don't worry. It just fits the tune of Heads, Shoulders, Knees and Toes. And of course, this evening also, we have Andrew on spoons.
Yeah.
Now I've just been to a ding-dong down dear old Brixton Way. Oh, Mother Brown, the pearly queen's 100 years today. Oh, what a celebration, was proper la-di-da. Until they rolled the carpet back and shouted, now then, Mom! Whoa! Knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, Mother Brown. Under the table you must go. E-I-E-I-E-I-O. If I catch you bending, I'll saw your legs right off. Knees up, don't get the breeze up. Knees up, Mother Brown. Joe bought his concertina and Nobby brought the beer. And all the little nippers swung upon the chandelier. A blackout water passing, your mum pull down that blind. Just look at what you're showing, and we shouted, never mind. Knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, Mother Brown. Come along, dearie, let it go. E-I-E-I-E-I-O. It's your blooming birthday, let's wake up all the town. So knees up, don't get the breeze up. Knees up, Mother Brown. Oh my, what a rotten song. What a rotten song. What a rotten song. Oh my, what a rotten song. What a rotten singer tune. How about this one? There is a tavern in the town, and there my dear love sits him down, and drinks his wine in laughter free, and never thinks of me. Fare thee well, for I must leave thee. Do not let the parting grieve thee, and remember that the best of friends must part. Adieu, adieu, kind friends, adieu, adieu, adieu. I can no longer stay with you. I'll hang my harp on a weeping willow tree, and may the world go well with thee. Last one, then here we go. Roll out the barrel, we'll have a barrel of fun. Roll out the barrel, we got the blues on the run. Sing, boom, to-ra-roll, bring out a song of good cheer. Now's the time to roll the barrel, for the gang's all here. One last time, here we go. Roll out the barrel, we'll have a barrel of fun. Roll out the barrel, we got the blues on the run. 2, 3, 4, zing, boom, to-ra-roll. Ring out a song of, you ready for the ending, Andrew? Now's the time to roll the barrel, for the gangs. Oh, hey. Hey, there we go. Bit of knees up by the brown. With my new percussionist, Mr. Andrew Carradine as well. Take a bow. There we go. Yes. He's had them in his hand all week practicing for that. There we go. So thank you so much for joining us this evening. As always, huge shout out and thank you to Faye, my wife, one of my Faye on comments. She is bowing over here. And Andrew on percussion. And of course my wonderful friend Marcus, who is working out all the back end and sorting messaging. And
Can't see him.
you can't see Marcus, no you can't. But thank you so much to Marcus for all the hard work that he does behind the scenes. Well, there we go. Despite the easing of lockdown, I will see you this time next week, hopefully with a haircut. So I hope you all have a fantastic week. Stay safe, keep your masks on. And yes, until then, stay safe and I'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.